Hello and welcome to this video. Some of the more memorable members of my channel who are regular viewers will notice this board, speaker and setup here on the left from a previous video, which this is actually a follow-up to. This here, you'll notice, is a new board. It's literally just been taken out of the box. I've just done an unboxing video on it and uploaded it. Then this is my follow-up video for this. Now, before I start, I'll briefly explain what happened. Now, I purchased a bundle off the car boot sale for £5, literally just £5, which contained this Intel Pentium processor, which is the G3240, that's socket LJ1150. As you can see here, it's clocked at 3.1 GHz, 3 meg of cache, and it's got 2 cores. Now, that is currently in this board. This board I also picked up in the bundle, this Asus board. I had no idea if it works or not or anything, but the board had bent pins. I spent quite a while attempting to correct the pins, and I just couldn't get the board to work at all, to post. So I just put it to one side and left it until I had another board to try the CPU in. That's where this board comes in. So if you'd like to go and watch that video, I suggest you watch it now before you proceed with this one. Pause this, go away and watch that one and see my troubleshooting steps with this board, and then you'll be up to date. Anyway, I'm going to now carry on with this video. I'm going to take the CPU out of this board, drop it into this one, put one of these sticks of memory in, put this heatsink and fan on. Hopefully we'll be good to go and it'll boot. Hopefully the CPU works. Otherwise, I've just wasted money on this motherboard, and I'm going to then have to buy a CPU for it. I'm going to start by taking this heatsink off and getting it out of the way. Just let me pull that out. But I've already got a plan for this system, hoping that it's going to work. As soon as I know, hopefully, that this CPU works, I'll be ordering some RAM memory with this board, and it's going to become a new family computer. So that's going to be pretty good, because at the moment we're running an old Dell Inspiron 530, which is okay, but it's only got a really slow dual core in it, about an 80 gig SATA hard drive that I had lying around at the time, and it's just generally kind of awful to use. I think it's got about 2 gigs of RAM in it, if that. So this is going to be a brilliant upgrade, hopefully, and we'll have an SSD and everything, and it'll be lightning fast. Anyway, I'll quickly show you this. You can see there, even without me focusing it, that you can see where some of the pins have been damaged and I've bent them back. They are kind of where they need to be, but the board still isn't working, as if you watched the other video you'll know. So I'm going to put this out of the way for now. I'm not going to just throw it in the scrap just yet, because I did have my suspicions with this being a Haswell refreshed chip. Perhaps the BIOS is not up to date enough on that Asus board to support it. I don't know why they would come together if the BIOS wasn't updated to support it, but you never know. Anyway, this board should hopefully support it from factory new, and that's what I'm counting on. I'm just going to get some isopropyl alcohol to clean this CPU. Okay, I'm back with the isopropyl alcohol. Just going to put a bit onto this cloth, and then I can use this to clean the CPU of any old gunk, rubbish and thermal compound. As you can see, a little bit's come off. It's maybe easier to do leaving it in the socket of the Asus board, but oh well, we've done it now. So there we go. That's nice and clean, a lot cleaner than it was. I'm going to insert this into the board, lifting the retaining arm and socket up. I'm now going to drop the CPU into the socket. Make sure it's seated like so. Pull this plate down. This plastic should pop out. And the CPU's in the socket, just like that. Okay, next thing is to put some memory in and hook the power supply up. Okay, so I've got the HDMI plugged into the motherboard. I've got a power supply connected to it, which is just out of shot up here. It's the Be Quiet L8 power supply that I recently unboxed. I think it's an L8 600 watt or 500 watt. The unboxing videos on my channel. But yeah, that just so happened to be the nearest to hand, so we've got a decent brand of power supply connected to it. I'm also going to clean this CPU heatsink because it is covered in thermal gunk. This tissue is kind of disintegrating as well whilst cleaning it. I really need a cloth for this. Okay, I've cleaned the heatsink and fan. As you can see, it's much more shiny now and it's not covered in gunk. So, the plan of attack for this is to get some thermal paste and mount this heatsink and fan on here. And then see if it posts. I've got it connected up to a monitor just out of sight. I'm also going to grab a keyboard really quickly and plug that in. Okay, everything is now set and ready to go. I've got the fan on, the power supply is plugged in, it just needs turning on. I've got a keyboard here just out of shot. And I've also got it connected up to a monitor just off the screen here. Now I'm going to turn it on. See if we get anything out. I mean, I don't think we've got a speaker or buzzer on here, but I'm just going to try and post without one. And we'll see what happens. I'm going to move the camera once the board powers on. So let me see. We've got power switches, that one there. So the fan's kind of... There we go. Let's have a look at the screen. Oh yes. That's it, we're in. Let me change input. Okay, sorry it's not the best of qualities, but you should hopefully be able to see the screen. We're in the BIOS on this Gigabyte board. First time, booted, posted, that's it. So now I need to go and order some memory for this thing. But there we go. CPU frequency is 3093.71 MHz, so just about where it wants to be, and it's sitting about 35 degrees, 34 degrees C. I'm going to just do a quick reboot, double check, and there we go, straight back into the BIOS. Awesome. So there we go. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Sorry about this light, the lights are off now. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please leave a like. I'm probably going to do another video in the future of building this into a system once I get the other parts for it. I've got to order an SSD, some memory, all that kind of stuff. If you've got anything to say just leave a comment down below, and I hope to see you in a future video.